Your coding agent burns most of its budget just finding code. You ask something simple, like where login actually happens, and it runs grep, then glob, then opens 12 files, then opens 8 more because the first batch pointed somewhere else. That's tokens. That's time. And you pay for it again tomorrow when you ask a slightly different question about the same folder. CodeGraph takes that whole discovery step and does it once, up front. It parses your entire repo into a knowledge graph. Every function, class, method, and every edge between them, calls, imports, extends, implements. That graph sits in a local SQLite database inside a .CodeGraph folder in your project. When your agent needs context, it asks the graph one question and gets back the actual source code it needs, the call paths connecting those pieces, and a blast radius for what a change would touch. No crawling. Nothing leaves your machine either. No API keys, no cloud, no upload. The repo is sitting at about 66,000 stars right now with 4,000 forks. It's MIT licensed, and the parsing engine got rewritten in Rust, which matters more than it sounds. The benchmark numbers are worth going through slowly because they were redone recently and they're stricter than the original ones. They tested 7 real open-source repos across 7 languages: VS Code, Excalidraw, Django, Tokyo, OKHTTP, Gin, and Alamo. Same architecture question asked twice, once with CodeGraph wired in, once with nothing. Median of 4 runs each. The result was 88% fewer tool calls, 53% faster, 62% fewer tokens, and 44% cheaper on average. File reads dropped to 0 on all 7 repos. Not fewer, 0. The agent never opened a file when the graph was there. The VS Code number is the one that stuck with me. 11,000 files, and the agent answered in 2 tool calls and 58 seconds instead of 28 tool calls and over 2 minutes. Cost went from $1.80 down to 53 cents on a single question. Excalidraw was 3.5 times faster. What I appreciate is that the maintainer also blocked the CodeGraph CLI in both arms of the test. Turns out, on an earlier setup, the agent that was supposed to have no graph kept finding the command on the system path and using it anyway, in 26 out of 28 runs. That quietly poisoned the older published numbers, and he says so directly in the README. That kind of honesty is rare. And there's a real trade-off he documents too, which most projects would just hide. CodeGraph returns one big, dense payload that answers your question, and that payload stays in your context window. A grep and read agent churns through lots of small results that get pushed out. So you process fewer tokens overall, but you end up with roughly 80% more retrieval context still sitting in the window at the end of a session. On VS Code, that was 67,000 tokens versus 18,000. If you run really long sessions on a small context model, plan for that. Both things are true at the same time. The Rust kernel handles 20 languages in compiled code, and support goes way past that once you count the fallback engine. TypeScript, Python, Go, Rust, Java, C#, Erlang, and even COBOL and Delphi. The Swift compiler repo, 27,000 files, indexes fresh in about 100 seconds. A one-file edit resyncs in about 4. And the Linux kernel, 70,000 files and 2 million symbols, finishes in under 12 minutes on a 2-core VPS with 6 gigs of RAM, where other tools run out of memory before they hit 1%. It also understands web framework routing, so a URL pattern links to the handler that serves it. Django, Flask, Fast API, Express, Nest.js, Laravel, Rails, Spring, Gin, and it bridges the gaps that normal parsers stop at. Swift to Objective-C, React Native modules, Expo, so a call path can cross a language boundary instead of dying there. Similar tools exist, and they're worth knowing about. Serena is the closest name people bring up, but it works differently. It's built on language servers, and it can also edit code semantically, more like an IDE your agent drives. CodeGraph is read-only and structural. It just answers questions fast. There's Codebase Memory MCP written in pure C and a project called Understand Anything with the same knowledge graph idea. The realistic take is that Anthropic, OpenAI, and Cursor will all ship their own native indexers eventually. The reason an MCP-based tool survives that is portability. The same graph serves whichever agent you switch to next month. Now installation. On Mac or Linux, it's one curl command pipe to shell from the raw GitHub install.sh file. Windows is the same thing with a PowerShell one-liner using install.ps1. You do not need Node for this. It ships its own runtime. If you already have Node and prefer that, npm i-g at colby-mechenry/codegraph works on any version. One thing that trips people up, the installer puts CodeGraph on your path, but it doesn't touch the shell you're currently in. Close that terminal and open a fresh one. Otherwise, the next command just says command not found. In the new terminal, run CodeGraph install. This is the step people skip. Installing the CLI doesn't connect anything. This is what wires the MCP server into your agents. It auto-detects what you have: Claude Code, Cursor, Codex CLI, OpenCode, Hermes. I'm going with OpenCode here, so I select that. It asks whether to apply globally or just this project. I pick global so I don't repeat it. It writes the MCP config and drops a small marked section into agents.md, which is how subagents learn the command since they never see the MCP instructions. Then restart OpenCode so the server loads. cd into your project and run CodeGraph init. That single command creates the .codegraph folder and builds the whole graph in one go. You'll see the file count, node count, and edge count when it finishes. Back in OpenCode, I'm asking it how authentication flows from the root handler down to the database. Watch what it does. One CodeGraph explore call, and the response already contains the real source grouped by file, the call chain between those functions, and what else touches them. No read tool, no grep. Second query, I'm asking what breaks if I change the session helper, and it comes back with callers and impact radius instead of guessing. There's only one tool exposed by default, CodeGraph Explore. That was deliberate. They measured that agents pick better with one strong tool than with a menu of narrow ones. The others still exist: Node, Search, Callers, Callees, Impact, Files, Status. They're just unlisted, and you can bring them back with the CodeGraph_MCP_tools environment variable, or use the CLI versions directly. Autosync is on from the start, so you never re-index by hand. A native file watcher catches every save and re-indexes about 2 seconds later, and bursts of edits collapse into one sync. During that short window, if a response would reference a file that's still pending, it prepends a warning telling the agent to read that file directly instead. It also does a catch-up check when the server reconnects, so a git pull from another terminal gets absorbed on the next query. Run CodeGraph status anytime to see what's pending. Config is basically nothing. It skips node modules, dist, build, vendor, target, and anything in your git ignore file automatically, plus files over 1 megabyte. If you committed a vendored theme that you don't want indexed, add an exclude list in a codegraph.json file at the root. Weird file extensions map to a language in the same file. One feature that gets ignored and shouldn't: CodeGraph affected. Pipe git diff into it, and it traces imports to tell you which test files your change actually touches. In CI, that means running 30 tests instead of 3,000 on every pull request. If you're paying for build minutes, that's a direct line on the bill. Telemetry is anonymous and covers which commands and languages get used. No code, no paths, no queries. Turn it off with CodeGraph telemetry off. And CodeGraph uninstall reverses everything, strips the config out of every agent it touched, and removes the CLI, showing you the list first. Honest expectation setting before you try it. The gains scale with how much discovery a question needs. On the wide architecture questions, you're saving 70 to 78% on cost. On a narrow question in a small repo, it came out roughly even on Django and Gin. Still fewer calls and 0 file reads, just less dramatic on the invoice. So if you're working in a 300 file side project, this is convenience. If you're on a large codebase and your team is spending real money on agent usage every month, the math changes a lot. Setup took me under 5 minutes total. Links are in the description, and the docs site has the per language coverage numbers if you want to check your stack before installing.